Hello everyone, welcome back to Savvy Chats. My name is Taffy and I'm a wedding planner. And of course, Savvy Chats, we will not be talking about weddings. We will later on, but not today. Savvy Chats is all about me meeting other guests, or even you on the next show, who knows. We'll be talking about anything from lifestyle to business, anything that influence how we live our life today. Today I'm joined by a powerful young man. Are you young? Powerful, powerful young man who has his hands dipped in so many different places, and I want to know how he has done it all these years. Welcome, Watson.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for driving all the way down to come and see me.
Yeah, I'll be sending you my bill for my fuel. No problem. Yeah.
That's the thing with businessmen. All they think about is money, 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 money. I've done this, bill.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you something for free.
Yeah.
Time is money. So me being here, it's all about money. I could have been doing something else to make me money, but I'm here, so yeah, I should get paid for it.
You know what, before we actually start talking about that, because that's something profound that you've actually said. Mm-hmm. So many people don't realize that.
Okay.
Before we jump into that, probably people are thinking, oh, this guy has come on so quick and so fast. Who is Watson Chijagwai? And are you able to describe yourself in third person?
I don't know what is the third person that I have to describe myself in, but I can always describe myself and say, I'm that guy who's willing to take that leap of faith. I'm not scared of anything. I always want to try before I can say I can't make it. So okay. I'm willing to do anything and everything, and then make a conclusion after I've done it. So taking a leap of faith, that's me. I mean, like I live on if you look in the Bible, Hebrews 25 from verse 1. Mm-hmm. I mean, like for the rest of the chapter, that's where I live on, and that's me.
That's what's on Hebrews 25.
Yes. From verse 1.
Perfect. Yes. And what I like is you said you're not scared to try something. Mm-hmm. You'll try something first, and then you can conclude.
Yeah.
That's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. Is that how you started your business? Tell me about your first business.
My first business was wow. Wow, actually, talking about my first business, I think I've done so many businesses over the years. My first business was selling clothes in the boot, and also
in the boot of a car?
Yes.
Right.
And also selling
groceries.
groceries.
Was it here in the UK?
Yes.
Okay.
And also selling groceries, like I'll be driving around and then in the boot of my car, I'll be selling something. You know, so you say that I was selling food, or you say that I was selling clothes, I was selling shoes. I think there was a time when I was going to America every 2 weeks, or go to China every other week, go and get some stuff, bring it on here and sell it on. So selling has been my life, really. Mm-hmm. If I'm not selling anything, I don't feel like I'm leaving. I need to be selling something. Mm-hmm. I need to be talking to somebody, convincing them that they need to buy whatever I'm selling. So it's always been part of me. So moving from being somebody who's kind of like a Del Boy selling from the boot, I then said, let's up the game a little bit. I then opened a clothing shop before.
Okay, hold on. You were selling from a boot, from a car boot.
Yeah.
You've been driving around.
Yeah.
And then do you just stop and park the car and open the boot, or?
Right, when I was selling especially when I was selling my food, what I used to do is like I'll go to work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. After I finish work,
so you had the 9-to-5 job.
Yeah. Okay. Like I was working as a staff nurse. You said I'm doing a long day or I'm doing a night. So if I'm doing a long day, as soon as I finish, I'll try and get my handover done very quickly, so I have time to go to the car park, open my book.
Are you serious?
I'm selling. Yes, I'm selling. Everybody's
Is this at a hospital or whatever you
on a hospital ground? I'm selling. People are buying and everybody getting excited, and then if I'm doing
did you have flyers, leaflets, or was it just word of mouth?
No, word of mouth.
Okay.
I'm like everybody already knew me as a Del Boy. To say if you need something, speak to this guy, he'll sort you out. And then I started going to America, because there was a time when everybody was so crazy about putting on, clothing from America. Yeah. Like you might be your Jordans, you might be your your jeans or your baggy
The
jeans
jerseys
or
and
your
stuff, yeah.
your oversized stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'd go to America, bring it on, and then after time I had orders anyway. So when I bring it in, I'm just giving it to whoever is ordered, and then I also had good clients like mothers from church. I would go and buy
Church
like
is always
outfits.
a good place to start.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I would buy like church outfits proper, and then I'll bring them on, and then people would buy, and I then decided to open a shop.
Okay.
But then again, recession started. That was in 2008, and then everything kind of like went a little bit bust and bankrupt, and then I stopped.
Right. Okay.
And then I was working, and then I realized we were using a lot of agency. By this time, I was working for a hospital in Warrington.
So you were still a staff nurse?
I was still a
by this
staff
time?
nurse.
Okay.
So, and then I went to my hospital director and I said, "We're using a lot of agents here. I think I can get you people that can come and work." So because I was very convincing to him, he was happy with it.
No, I was about to ask, like, how confident were you to even say that to him?
This is thing for me. Like confidence is something that I always confidence. I'm able to talk to anybody and get them to buy whatever I'm selling.
And did you know their finances for you to say you were using a lot of agent stuff or?
No, I couldn't say I knew the finance numbers, but I could tell that we were using a lot of agents because I'll be running the shifts, and then I have X amount of agents, and we used to have agents all the time. So I'm like, there's an opportunity there. So I had a conversation with my hospital director, and I said, I could provide stuff. He was happy with it, and then
Did you have stuff by that time?
I
Or you
had
just thought,
nothing.
let me just say it out.
See, this is the thing with many people in life. We want to wait until such a time when everything's balancing, but it's never like that.
True.
You have to have the leap of faith, because once we start talking about a leap of faith, everything is not balancing, but you are willing to sacrifice, willing to work hard to make it happen. So when I went to him, I had nobody. Okay, so he said yes. Unfortunately, he then went to his regional director, who then said no, because there was conflict of interest because I was still working. But then again, in my mind, a seed had been born. So all I had to do was to do something so that that seed can germinate. So what I had to do was like I had to resign. So I left work in 2009. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
So you had a seed in
my mind.
your
To
mind.
say I'm gonna do this agency thing.
And then you thought, okay, the best thing for me now to do is to resign.
Yeah, because
So you're leaving your salary,
I'm
or
leaving
your
myself.
weekly wage, or your salary, or I don't know.
That was my safety net, and I was leaving it. Yeah.
And you had no staff.
I had no staff.
Did you have a name for the business?
Well, I was still working on getting a business name. I think one of my first names I had was like Fountain Recruitment.
Okay.
And then I remember the logo that I had kind of like looked like a McDonald's type thing, but it's a green thing. I'm like, what is this? For the first few years, I'm like from 2009 until 2011, things were a little bit crazy for me because I still had bills that needed paying. And there was a time when I didn't even have money. And there was even a time when the mortgage people were sending me letters to say, we are going to repossess your house because you are not paying your monthly mortgage payments.
And you never thought of going back to work?
No, I rang them and I said, listen, I'm in a situation, but I'm going to fix it. And when I fix it, I will pay. I know I'm in arrears, but I'm working on something. Once everything is sweet, I will pay up. So I then
what made you think? Sorry, because I'm thinking you started off selling food and clothes, and then now you're talking about running an agency. How did you know you could do that? Bear in mind you've got a history of shoes and clothes, and now we're talking about recruiting people.
Okay, so when I was selling shoes and clothes, whatever it is, it involved me kind of like talking to people.
Yeah.
And then before somebody can buy from you, you have to convince them, and they have to like you as a person and trust whatever merchandise you're selling. So already a lot of people trusted me.
Okay.
A lot of people believed in whatever I was selling, and because naturally I'm easy I'm easy to approach really. So for me. I knew in my mind if I then shift my focus and say we're doing this and then try and get everybody on the bandwagon, it wasn't going to be rocket science. And I was willing and I was ready to kind of like go and work as well, in the first few shifts I was getting as an agent's provider. So I remember one of our first shifts,
It was you.
I would go to work with the missus. So it was kind of crazy. So we'd leave the kids with my cousin, and then me and the missus would go and work, and sometimes.
So you've spoken to the client.
Yeah.
You said yes, we'll bring you two stuff.
Yeah.
And then you change.
Yeah.
Into this staff member.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's me and the missus.
Yeah.
This was like, I think our first shifts were like in Dover, someplace in Dover, and then we then had the first local, which was in Manchester, and the first shift, I'm the one who went out there. I was doing my job as well as I could, and then after I finished my shift, I then went to the director, and then whilst I was in the director's office trying to get her to sign, somebody from the ward rang to say, "Hey, you know that nurse that you got us yesterday? Oh my God." Literally, like I was.
It's the CEO who actually came to the shift.
You get me? So from there on, everything else is history.
So were you called Fountain at this time?
No. We changed it. We changed it, and then we were called Chief Care Solutions, and we are still being called Chief Care Solutions. Yeah, and the rest is history.
That's
we
amazing.
are here now. Yeah, so we've been running since 2011, and we're still going very, very strong.
That is amazing. That is amazing, because I think so many people are scared of the leap that you actually took. That was the same with me. I just left my job. Like what you were saying, it's a safety net.
Yeah.
There's a monthly salary that's coming through to pay all your bills and to pay your rent. But for me, it was after all that, probably I'm left with £100 or £50. What am I to do with it? I needed something extra. That was not enough for me. But for me to even then ditch that job to start doing what I'm doing, it takes guts.
Yeah, it takes a lot of guts. And I mean, like for me, the issue that I had was I've got a weakness for finding things in life, and then the only way.
You like things.
Yeah, I like things.
So you had to work for them.
See, I don't just like things. I like things that I'm willing to put in time so I can get those things.
Right.
So that for me is like, okay, fine. If you're willing to work hard, you should be able to get whatever you want in life. So that's the approach that I've always used from day one to say, you know what, I want to have a better life than what my mom and dad gave me. They gave me the foundation, which was amazing, and I'm so thankful about that. But for here now going forward, everything is in my responsibility. If I need to live a better life, I have to work.
And I like what you said. You like finer things that you work for, and you put time in to work for the finer things. Yeah. So you know how they say in our language, you are Mbinga, but with so many Mbingaldos, they're believed to have snakes, But you have mentioned that you like working hard for the finer things in life, which some people are not ready to do.
Yeah, I think the problem that we have with our people from Zimbabwe, half the time we make comments on things that we don't have idea on to say. You want to say whoever is done well in their life, or whoever is doing well in their life, somehow they've used juju. Yeah. So they say, if you have that information, why are you still broke? Go and get yourself one and thingy. But for me, it's all about putting in time. Yeah. You have to be willing to put in a whole lot of time, because I remember back in the day, most of my friends would be thinking about, oh, it's going to be Friday, it's going to be weekend, which club are we going this weekend? I never liked to do that. But the only thing that I used to do back in the time is sit down, write things down. Okay. This is how I've kind of been brought up to believe, like, you have to write it down. Even the Bible says, my people perish because of lack of vision. So for me, I have to write things down. So sometimes I have books that have written things. And see, this is the thing with life. If you write it down, you're also writing it down in your mind. Right. And subconsciously, your mind starts working towards that, because that is what you want. Because in this life, whatever you want, you can have it. It's all up to you. Whatever you want, you can have it. So I have books where I've been writing things for for time. And sometimes when I go back and read them, I just
You're
have to
thinking,
say, oh my God,
wow.
how did I even think about this? But most of them things, they've come to pass.
So what drives you? Besides money, besides the finer things.
It's challenging myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I do something over and over and over, it becomes a little bit boring. My mind is not working anymore because my mind needs to be on there, thinking on the move all the time. So if I'm not doing anything or if I'm doing something that's become dormant, it's like
Okay.
going to the gym. If you just go and do the same exercise over and
You want
over,
to change.
your mind, your body will adapt and no changes will happen. So I always want to keep my mind guessing and
something
doing a whole lot of stuff. Yes,
Okay.
I like
Okay.
stress.
Okay.
Stress.
You're like me, a wedding planner. You like stress.
I like stress.
You work well under stress.
Yes, when I have stress, I start
Yeah.
thinking, how best can I solve this
Yeah.
situation? That way, then I know I'm leaving.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want stress every day.
So is this why you then started? Because you also do stocks as
Oh,
well.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Stocks is something that I started doing it like in the last 3 years, but I think I've started doing it very seriously in the last 1 year or so.
Okay.
And it's been amazing. It's been a roller coaster. 1 minute you're making loads of money, and then the next minute you're losing loads of money. So it's just.
So how does it work?
knowing the
Because for me, it
balance.
scares me. You obviously you're investing money, and then either you lose it or you'll gain more.
Okay.
How
So-
does it work?
Okay, so when it comes to the stock market, there's two ways you can trade. It's either you are doing what we call day trading. That's where you can half the time if you're doing day trading, you're using a CFD account.
Right, okay.
A CFD account, that's where we're saying you are kind of like using a leveraged account, whereby
CFD, does that stand for something? Does CFD stand for something, or is just the name of the
yeah,
account?
it's called the contract of difference.
Okay.
Yeah, so when let's say you put in £100 in an account, doing a day trading on a CFD account, you put £100. When you start trading with that £100, let's say whatever stock you're gonna buy, maybe there's a leverage of 1:10. So for every £100 that you have, you'll be trading as if you have £1,000. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the contract of difference. So when you make gains, your gains will be at a rate of 1:10. So you can quickly make a lot of gains. Okay?
Yeah.
But when you start losing, you're then losing 1:10 on your £100.
Just on
not
the
on the
£100.
1,000.
Okay.
Now you're losing
Okay.
on your money the £100. So that can quickly wipe your account. So with most of the guys that have come into trading, I tend to tell them never touch CFD because most of the people, I'm like 90% of people that do day trading on a CFD account, they end up losing money.
Right. Okay.
So I don't touch it. I do it when I know exactly what's going on. And then there's a second type of trading, which is investing. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you put in £100, yeah, whatever company that you buy or whatever stock you buy, if that day the stock price goes up 10%, you also earn 10% on your £100. If the company goes down 10%, you also lose 10% on your £100. But then the goodness about investing, the only time you're going to lose your money is whatever company that you bought goes to zero.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So for maybe let's say for the next 5 years, whatever company you buy, it goes down 90%, you're still in the trade. Yeah. And then after 5 years, it starts going back up. Amazing. Your money will come back and then you make more
So
money.
CFD, you lose and you're out.
CFD, you lose. That's it. It's kind of like going into a casino. You put your money on the black and then they do that ball thing and it goes on the red. You're done. Yeah.
So trading, technically, it can be addictive.
It is very if you don't control it.
Okay.
Because it's like a drug. Because when you're winning, the euphoria is crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And then when you lose, again, you can have stress.
Yeah.
Like depression
Yeah.
because all the money's gone. So I always say to people, don't ever trade with the money that you need to use for something. You know, things like rent, things like paying bills, or things like sending money back home. Don't ever, because nothing is guaranteed when it comes to the stock market. But for me, I think the stock market has been very, very faithful. And there's something new that I've started, which I'll be doing a video on it, which is crypto.
Okay.
So crypto, there's a new
Okay.
thing that's happening in
Okay.
the crypto market, and it's taking everybody by surprise, and everybody's excited about it. It's something they call staking.
Stacking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you earning interest on your money. So it's kind of like passive income that you earn. Let's say you buy some Doge. Yeah, everybody knows Doge. So you buy some Doge. When you stake Doge, you get a certain percentage as returns on your money every day. So it can be as high as 4,000% a year. Just depends which crypto. So you just need to know which crypto am I staking my money on. So the more money you have on your crypto, and then you stake it, so you're earning money
Every day.
in two ways. One, on the capital gain on your money, and then secondly, you're earning money on the passive income, which is the interest that you're earning daily, and that interest is being compounded back into your capital. So by the end of the year or of the duration of your investment, you can have a whole lot of money.
So you jumped from this to making more money, and just a normal person just anybody do trading, or they need to learn more about it?
What I would say to people is like anybody can do trading, but before you do trading, I would recommend you do a lot of reading and research and know exactly what you want to get into.
But you've done the research for us.
Oh yeah, I've done the reading, I've done research. Right now I've got a few people that I trade with, and some of them I trade for them, or some of them we just trade together. But it meant a lot of reading and researching and losing money as well.
Okay, because I know you've got a YouTube channel on it now.
Yeah. So most of the things I talk about them on my YouTube channel, and there's a whole lot of videos that are going to be coming up as well on the channel talking about the stock market. But if somebody's thinking about getting into the stock market, read first, because most of the people, they then want to be spoon-fed.
Yeah.
They're asking you some questions which are really
people are lazy.
That's the thing, I was going to come to that.
People are lazy.
I think that's why a lot of people lose money. Because they're so lazy, so they can trust anybody who comes in and say, I'll do this for you, pay me this, and then it doesn't work. Do your own study research, and then the other thing that people lack is patience. When it comes to the stock market, it's all about being patient. If you don't have patience,
someone has to want the money quick.
It's not a get-rich scheme whereby you put in your money today and get rich quickly to buy tomorrow. No, it's kind of like back in Zim. There's a season like in October. Everybody starts going to Kumunda and do the plowing and start doing the maize thing, whatever. So you go and do your seeding there, and then that's like in September, and then come April, that's when they're expecting a harvest. Do you know what I mean? So it's the same as the stock market. Sometimes it can take one day, and before you know it, boom, there's craziness of money. Or sometimes it can take years. But gradually and eventually, you'll get your money.
But then our generation is sort of like a microwave generation. We want things fast. We want things quick. This is why it takes so hard, or takes time for some people to just think, okay, I can start my own business, and then I can see it grow. This is where you then see people buying followers, doing whatever. They're not growing organically. I think that's the problem of our generation now. What would be your advice to any entrepreneurs out there who are thinking, I want to get into different businesses?
Trust the process, be patient, work hard, remember why you started. And
remember your why.
Don't look at what's happening next door. Yeah, because
thinking,
Tafazo started this, and within a few years or within a few days, Tafazo has made it. So if Tafazo can make it, I can also make it in the same time. No, blessings are different. See, everything, I've realized something in life as well. As far as a business is concerned, just because Tafazo is doing this business, and if I come in and try and do the same business, it might not work because my blessing is not there. I think what God has blessed us in different things, in different businesses. So one business that's working for me might not work for you.
It might not work for you,
But it's still the same business. So always trust the process, and if it's not working, don't force it.
And then this thing of people, because you started this, I want to start this, I want to start this, I want to start this, and some people don't even research like what you were saying. They are now going out there saying, can you give me the information, not researching and stuff like that. I think that's mostly our people that do that. They don't like to learn. They're lazy to research by themselves.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a statement that says, if you want to hide anything from a black man, just put it in writing. Just put it in writing, you do that. You can hide anything. I think we are less to read. We are less to do research. We want to be spoon-fed, which is very dangerous. And then half the time, that's why most people are easily gullible to whatever comes and lose money.
Yeah.
Because they're being promised, oh yeah, if you do this.
And then we start saying it doesn't work.
Do you know what I mean? But it works. But that process just needs you to do your DDs, be patient and trust the process, and things will work out. Eventually, things will work out.
And as a black man yourself in the United Kingdom, what challenges have you yourself faced? Because all these are the business that you've started. Before we even start talking about the properties that you have, what challenges have you faced yourself?
Sometimes it's hard when you have a different color.
Yeah.
But how I've tried to kind of like block it, I don't look at myself, or I don't look at somebody different color. Okay. I just feel like we are one.
But the other colors, they don't see it that way.
Yeah, but for me, in my mind, it's because once you go about doing business and then your mind is already telling you that, because you're different colors, so you're not going to make it. I don't go that way. I'm always positive to say, we're the same. I don't care whatever color. I just go there. I'm confident with what I'm doing and what I'm saying, what I'm selling. And then once you show confidence and you know what you're talking about, it only takes one to trust everybody. Because like right now with most of the contracts that we have, it's not because I've gone to the hospital, but it's because people that I've done a job with, they've then referred me to their next colleague to say, he's a good guy. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he has good stuff. Whatnot. And then life goes on. So for me, I don't think to say, oh yeah, he's black, he's white. No, we're the same.
Because I feel like we have to work harder.
Yeah, we still have to work harder because we are inferior that way. But I don't look at myself that way. Yeah. I refuse. I say we are the same.
I refuse.
Yeah, we are the same.
When you get to a situation, it's like I have to work harder than my other counterpart.
I mean, like for me, working hard, it's always been naturally. That's how I am anyway. I like working hard anyway.
It doesn't faze you.
It doesn't faze me. So when I remember back in the days when I was doing my nursing, we could have like CQC coming in on the board, and then you'll have my hospital director phoning the board to say, can you make sure you give them Watson's spouse? Because they knew that my files were always up to date for my patients. Right. Everything was always up to date. So if they can trust you that way, I'm not even on the board, but they're telling me, get his files, we know they're always up to date.
And it's the name for you, Watson. Come on, Tafadzwa. Come on. My name alone is like, what the hell is she?
Yeah, because once they can't pronounce your name, they've got issues. So
you see what I mean?
When they say Watson, they've got an issue as well, but it's not that big because they're saying, Watson, so what's your first name? Yeah. That's my first name.
Wait, they hear the second name.
The kind of thing. So it's kind of crazy, but but I've learned over here to say, you know what, forget about it. I just have to do what I need to do, and everything else will be okay. I mean, like again, because I believe that I have a God who's blessed me, so I don't fear nothing.
Oh yeah, I
challenge anything and everything, and I know I've got somebody who
spoke with his chest.
Yes,
I like that.
Yeah. Yes. Somebody who's got, who's giving me this extra favor, so I'm not faced with anything. Yeah, I'm not.
Let's talk about your property business. You've got so many going on.
Well, this is
property, nurses, investing.
Yeah,
what else is under your sleeve?
Somebody said to me, when you are in business, you need to diversify your portfolio.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. If you look at what's happened with Corona, most companies have gone down.
Oh yeah.
Not because they were not managing properly, but because of Corona. So if those guys were not diversified, then they're in trouble. But the reason why we've been buying a lot of properties is just to safeguard your money.
Right. Okay.
I think maybe we can have another conversation for this, but buying property is the worst investment you can ever do.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
The worst.
It's the worst thing you can ever do in life.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, that's one other conversation. But what we've tried to do over here is just to say, if anything goes a little bit crazy, we just need to make sure we are okay. We can still have the same lifestyle that we're having right now. So then we were buying a few properties out there, and we are still buying and building and buying and building. And yes, I mean, like it has its own challenges.
Okay.
You know, when they ring you in the morning and say, right, the gate motor is not working, we need to get it changed, or your thingy is leaking, we need, it's
Yeah.
it all has its issues, but it's been a journey, and we like it.
And all these properties, are they here or in Zim? Because I
We
know
have-
probably you have the holiday homes as well.
Yeah, we have properties in Zimbabwe, we have properties in South Africa, we have properties in Thailand, and we have properties here, and then we are working on Dubai as we speak. So
Nice.
it's kind of like just trying to see if we can get everything out there, just in case
Talk
one
about
day.
keeping your money safe. This dude right here, he also has buses. We haven't even started, guys. He has buses.
Again, like I'm saying, you know, it's all about trying.
And he's
to
so
dive-
chilled out. Again.
You have to remain humble. It's very important.
True.
Yeah, it's very important. So yeah, transport business is something that I think we've only just started like in the last 2 years just to see how it works. But so far so good. We're not complaining. And then the other thing that we are trying to do is add on the fleet, like get some more trucks as well.
Okay.
So they can be helping with these buses. But yeah, it's very interesting, and the closure of borders is not helping us.
Oh, yes.
But still,
yes.
still, I don't know how the guys are doing it. They're still traveling, but the border is closed. But they are traveling.
It's Zim for you.
I don't know how it is. But yeah,
They're taking the initiative.
I know it's kind of crazy because you find again because of Corona, you know, people like Greyhound there to stop the operations at all, or stop the operations, or because of this Corona. So I think we are blessed to be still running up and down.
So was this
even
a
at the borders.
seed to get into transport?
Um,
Or you just thought
One time we were on holiday in South Africa. So we'd gone to East London. So we were sat by this balcony, this hotel, and then the missus was like, "Why don't we do transport business?" I'm like, She's like, "Yeah, let's get into transport. You think?" So we started doing some research on it a little bit, and we were like, it could be something interesting. And for sure, when we initially started, it was amazing. But now it's kind of like gone on the low side because of COVID. But it's really good. It's really good.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's really good. So you'd find if we go to Africa, you know, you've got local income that's coming. You don't have to depend on where.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It's quite good like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we like it like that. It's yeah.
Any regrets so far?
Yes, I have one regret.
Okay.
I should have known the stock market earlier than I did.
Really?
Yeah, which is why I talk about buying a house is the worst investment you can ever do.
Right.
Yeah, I should have known the stock market.
Way before.
See, like right now, this is how crazy it is. My kids, they go to school. Now they're being taught. They're still in primary school, and they're being taught about the stock market.
They're teaching that now?
Yeah. In their school, they're being taught about stock market.
Wow.
Which is ridiculous. I only knew about the stock market when I was like too old, too late. Well, they say it's never too late, but I should have known. I should have known it earlier. I could have done a better job of this thing. But then, unfortunately, you know, now it's okay. It's okay.
No, it's okay. Because now you're in it now, and you can advise.
It could have been. It could have been better. So all I can say is like, if you've got kids, let's try and teach them about the stock market.
Okay.
It's very important.
Your greatest achievement so far?
My greatest achievement so far has been to look after my mother. That has been my greatest achievement so far.
That just touched my heart.
Because my dad passed away when I was 12. So from there on, my mother told me like, listen, mate, you're now the daddy here. Do you know what I mean? So, so from that age, I'm like, being 12, I'm like, I only knew the best way to do it is I gotta have to look after this lady. So my mother, she did a lot She was the dad, she was the mother, she was working so hard, she was doing crazy stuff just to make sure we get a hot plate on the table every day. So for me then to be able to return the favor,
That's really nice.
I find it it's a good thing. It's a good feeling.
It is a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Bless
Yeah,
you.
it's a good feeling. So
Blessing that you could do
yeah,
that, honestly.
yeah.
It just reminds me of there was a post that I read on LinkedIn yesterday. I brought tears to my eyes. So this guy had posted their family home back in the day. So he used to live with his mom in this, I think it's a two-roomed house back in South Africa. You know, like them Tangwenas and stuff.
Yeah.
And for him, he was saying, I'm not showing off, but I'm just overwhelmed with what I've done for my mom. So he asked her to come over because of Corona, so that they could stay together. Meanwhile, he's renovating his house. He's changing everything. It's got two garages. You know, like them South African big houses. Only for the mom to go back to this house. You know, the pictures can paint 1,000 words. For me, it was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, remember where you came from. It's very important.
This is what you've done.
Yeah.
For you, it was I need to return the favor.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very important. I mean, like, just to see her happy, I'm satisfied. I can go to bed and say I've done well.
Yeah. And you're doing well.
I'm trying.
So how can people contact you? Because if now, do you have a website that has got everything that you do, or is it different sections?
The only thing that I'm doing right now is kind of like if people wanted to do anything, if they wanted to work with agents at Chief, yes, they can always ring me or ring the office or go on the website www.thechiefcare.com. They can find all the information there. And then if they needed to do any trading, they can contact me via the YouTube. Leave a comment. I can always. It's What's on Chijikagwai.
What's on Chijikagwai?
Yeah, that's my YouTube channel.
Let me just tell this out for them, guys. Production team Chijikagwai. Remember that. So yeah, I mean, like, they can leave me a comment there. I can always come back to them and then we can pick it up. I'm also looking to do a Telegram group where you can be discussing and sharing information and ideas on this stock market or anything to do with financial freedom, because that's all you want. Financial freedom is very important. Very important. Yeah, it's very Before
important.
we finish, any last words?
In life, if you want anything, you can achieve it. But all you gotta do is be willing to work hard and write down the vision. For my people perish because of the lack of vision. So write it down. If you want it, write it down and always remind yourself. Put it somewhere where you're gonna see it every day, so you can remind yourself, and you know what? It'll come to pass. That's what I can say.
Wow, I have learned a lot, and I will be keeping this guy's number because I've got a lot to learn from him, especially with trading, investing, keeping my money safe, and all that. And on that note, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe to our channel, Savvy Chats, and follow us on Instagram as well. And if you want to be part of Savvy Chats, or you want to come in and tell us about your business or anything else that you're doing, feel free to contact us. On that note, thank you so much.
You can have that link on your YouTube channel for my channel, so they can just come and check us out, see what's happening, see what we are doing.
You see this businessman, he's not selling his business on my channel.
We're working together.
No problem. I like collaborating.
There you
No
go.
problem.
Let's do that.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Bye bye.
Thank you for having me.
Savage.